recall to order, and Secretary McDaniel will dispense first roll call.
President Tippleman,
Here.
Vice President Seeley, here. Treasurer McLeod,
Here.
Parliamentarian Higgins, here. Senator Dwad. There.
Here.
Cool. Senator Williams, here. Senator Washburn, Senator Freshour, here. Senator Method,
Here.
Senator John,
Here.
Senator Sweetland, Senator Kim Murillo, Senator Meek, Senator Robertson, Senator Romero, Senator Daniel, Senator Dukes, Senator Fruit,
Here.
Senator Jackson, Senator Johnson, Senator Mazzock, Senator Mosley. Oh, not you, CJ, sorry. Senator Morrison. Senator Seeley, Senator Copeland, Senator Agudelo. That should be everyone that's in this room because it just wasn't.
Is there any discussion over the last minutes? And then all in favor of approving last semester's final minutes? All please say aye. All those opposed? Any abstentions? Is there anyone here for open forum? All right, guys. It's been a very fun start to the semester in between snow and focus groups and formals. I think we've handled it the best we could. We had really good turnout at the formal. About 250 in attendance, which was more than I would have guessed when we originally heard the idea. And so I was really proud of everybody who went out there and worked and helped out throughout the day and then participated. I stayed quite a lot of time over the break up here at the school, working on different areas, getting everything ready for this week's UT Student Advisory Council meeting, as well as some of the setup for formal and all that. So it's been a long break, but I think it's time to I'm glad it's time to get the ball back rolling and moving forward. And that's all I really have.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I just came from tennis, so I'm a little scattered. I did want to mention one thing about our bicycles. Some good things are happening in that area, and we're scheduling meetings with campus officials to do even more forward progress on getting that started here on campus. So I just wanted to update y'all on it's all positive right now, and there will be more potential. And getting started on midnight breakfast and other things concerning getting ready for elections and all those other things. Excited to be back. Have a great week, everyone.
Before I let Secretary McDaniel go, one thing I forgot is we did get a sort of beginning point update on where tuition is. So we will be getting all of the reports back from the regents and their edits and their approvals here in about March. And so we'll look to see what's left for us to do when that happens, but just be aware that that's not going to be on the radar. Secretary McDaniel.
Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Technology is great. Okay, so a couple things. So for my committee, I had 2 people that are no longer able to meet my time, so I did have to change my time. I'm going to have them on Tuesdays. I'm free pretty much all day until GAs. So if you are not able to meet any of theirs and can meet on mine, please let me know so the truck can join. And then tell me a good time for y'all. It doesn't matter to me. Parliamentarian Higgins is probably going to talk more about Senator and officer elections, but just a reminder that my canvas meeting is going to be on February 13th from 12 to 1. So if y'all are going to run, so on and so forth, and you want to campaign, you need to meet with me or Preston, and we're the only ones that you can meet with. So it's either going to be my time, which is February 13th from 12 to 1, and I think his is February 12th from 12 to 1. So make sure you meet with one of us before you campaign. So yeah. Absence forms, again, I've had a couple people send in some, and they look really good. So thank you for that. Send them in if you do have an absence 48 hours before, and please attach like a work schedule or school schedule if you do have an issue. It looks like there's a lot of like empty spaces. I asked the very last meeting if there's going to be conflict for this time, and I only had like 2 people say that there was an issue. Is this okay for everyone else? I mean, I'm going to have to probably get in contact with people that aren't here. Y'all know if this is a bad time for these other people, because we want to make sure that we're getting quorum met every time. If so, we need to figure out anything else and change this time. So is this good? Or y'all know like where these people are by chance or anything?
I vote
You can't do that. Okay. What time? So does anyone have work right before these meetings? You do. Because we're considering pushing it up till 5, but maybe not because Savannah and Braylon. Okay, so it's up in the air, but we're considering pushing the time to 5, just because this is a hard time, because people with work, class, so on and so forth. At least gives us an hour with people. So just keep that in mind. I'll send out Canvas updates and so forth. Is everyone on the Canvas page? Because some people didn't know about updates, notifications, no receiving all of that. Good to go. Wait, no one is nodding their head. Sounds good. All right.
Mr. Mikla. I hope everybody's doing okay. I just wanted to tell y'all that next week I plan to present the budget, and I want to get some feedback from y'all, and I'll talk about what the EP about what y'all can vote on it, possibly next week. We'll see. And also, I want to tell y'all that SJC meetings will be every Thursday from 12:30 to 2, and I only have about 2 people on my committee right now, so if any of y'all are available, just tell me after. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Parliamentarian Chicken.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Good to be here. So I don't have much to say other than just kind of reiterating some of what Chairman was saying about officer elections. So because Preston and Abby are the only ones that will not be running again next year, that's why those are the only people that you can have your canvassing meeting with. She gave all the dates, February 12th and 13th, 12 to 1. It's just a real short 15-minute meeting, and these are only if you're running for an officer position. If you're just going to run again for a senator position, you can do that later down the road because those elections aren't until like April. But if you are running for an officer position, you can application in and get your candidacy done on one of those 2 days. If those don't work for you, just contact either President Gentleman or I'll try and schedule another time. But like I said, they're just short little meetings, so just go over campaign rules and that kind of stuff. You cannot campaign until after you have that meeting. So very important that y'all get that done so you can actually campaign. And applications are on the SJ website. Y'all are more than welcome to fill out your application for a senator position if you know that you are going to be running. But it's only like very, very urgent for the officer.
Committee reports, Stu.
My committee doesn't have a set time right now, but because I want to be flexible because I am available anytime before noon on Tuesdays and all day Thursday before 5 p.m. So I hope that my committee will kind of be a catch-all for people who have conflicts because I am so open. So if we could have a sheet, I wasn't prepared for that. Sorry, y'all. I didn't realize everyone was changing their committee time, so that we're going to keep them. Yeah, we're going to just have a sheet going around throughout the meeting. And if you don't fit into another already set time, just sign up for Student Life, and I will contact y'all and we'll work something out.
Or mine.
Yeah, she's been on Tuesday. So, or no, we just this one. And then, because the other committees already have like a set time, I don't know, like. Okay, do you have like an idea of the time? Okay, like, can I have like a ballpark? So I kind of like, exactly. Just let me think about it. Yeah. What about your community? Monday, that Tuesday. Okay, I think.
Yeah, we'll send up this sheet for the rest of that'll comprise committee reports. Is there any old business this time? I'll make an announcement. At this time, under new business, I'd like to pull up a time for swearing-ins of the new people that are here. And I'm going to start that one by going over one of the judicial board spots first. Most of y'all know Maddie Joe. She was a senator for Arts and Sciences. She's not able to meet the class or meeting time due to class. And so I'm going to open up a discussion on her. I'm going to entertain a motion to appoint her as the new judicial board spot since Sean Rogers graduated. To approve her appointment. The motion is seconded to approve. What? Motion and second has been made to approve Maddie Joe as the new judicial board spot. Sarah, you have the board. Yes. Any other comments? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Any abstention?
Motion to swear in.
The motion and seconded to swear in new senators. Parliamentarian Hickman, you have the floor.
An item business, and we have a couple of, one that was in the Senate before. But I think that they both have expressed interest in joining SGA, and I don't think that we're in a position to turn people down the road.
So at this point, if you could both, CJ and Derek, you could come up here and kind of give a brief statement. And that way we can just kind of know who you are, and then we'll have you step out and vote.
I'm going to stand right here.
Yeah, no worries.
So my name is CJ Mosley. I know a lot of y'all. I was here last year. I really enjoyed SGA, and I would like to come back as a senator if y'all would let me. I think this is one of the best organizations I have been a part of. So,
You'll be going for nursing and health science.
and I will be going for Senator in Nursing and Health Sciences. So,
Thank you, CJ.
My name is Derek Garrison. I'm one of the college pharmacy students. I'm going for one of the open 3 spots over there. I'm involved with the college over there doing the student council, curriculum committees, and I'm trying to get very involved in the school overall. I'm hoping to do my best to try to represent the school over here at SGA. Because right now we don't have a representative involved. It's Lindsay. Had to be. That's she was part of it. She was just too busy. So hoping to help out and do what I can out here, but also trying to be a place for the farmers to score the SGA.
Any discussion over either of the two candidates? Senator Daniel. TJ? TJ. Senator Prashad?
We do very well on it. I think
There.
it's nice to have a student representative as part of the university. But farmers, especially,
Hearing no other discussion, we'll vote on them individually. So, all those in favor of approving Derek Garrison for the College of Pharmacy spot, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All those in favor of approving CJ Mosley to the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Record swear. Swearing. And y'all, we're gonna swear y'all in now.
No, that's fine. Okay, thank you.
And raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Mr. Nate,
I, Derek Harrison,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I shall faithfully represent
that I shall faithfully represent
the interests of the student body
the interests of the student body
of the University of Texas.
of the University of Texas at Tyler.
I shall dutifully uphold and preserve
I shall dutifully uphold and preserve
the Constitution and bylaws
the Constitution and bylaws
of the student body
of the student body
while ardently executing the office
while ardently executing the office of Secretary
of the Student Government Association
of the Student Government Association
at the University of Texas.
of the University of Texas at Tyler.
Now that y'all are sworn in, y'all are allowed to participate in the session and vote. Is there any other new business? Parliamentary Hicken.
Motion to invite Tammy Hill to GA next week to speak about possible Sodexo expansion.
All right, it's been motioned and seconded to invite Tammy Hill to speak during next GA. Parliamentary Hicken, you have the floor.
So we talked just briefly in our executive board meeting, so we wanted to get y'all on it, but we thought that there have been comments, as we've had at Excel about different options that we want. Earlier we were talking about Chick-fil-A and how they don't have breakfast, or really any like vegetarian or vegan options. And then just in general, like those food services on campus just don't have very many vegetarian, vegan, or gluten-free options. So something that we can bring to our attention and that we wanted, but we just kind of wanted to get y'all's thoughts on it. Kind of how do we feel about it?
Senator Robertson.
You're right about
Senator Abidella.
There aren't like a lot of things. I know at the match, you can get like a vegan burger, stuff like that. But
Vice President Xu.
I think if we decide that Tim should come speak on this issue, it would be a good idea to ask her to bring possibly a list of vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free options that are offered possibly in the Met in like a week or in a day. Because if we're not seeing them, maybe they're not labeled or advertised properly and they're there, or maybe they just aren't there. I mean, I don't really know. Do any of y'all know what the options are? Are they labeled or are there just not any?
Senator Williams.
I know, like, I don't know what the line is, but the line that always changes to like every meal. There's always at least one like vegetarian or vegan option. I don't see very many gluten-free options.
Senator Freshon.
So along with like those options too, I think even considering talking about the pizza place and like only open for X amount of hours, and it's like Met, which is because like I feel bad for people who actually spend real money on that food. Because when I was on the committee when we were getting a new food company, and they were like, "Yeah, it'll be like an independent Pizza Hut type thing," kind of how like Target has Pizza Hut, but it's not. So I was pretty disappointed when it was just Met pizza. Like, why would I spend my $90 like there's why or have a meal plan? But I'm definitely all for it to figure out what more vegetarian options are to do. Like they Subway right out of every spot. We're vegetarian.
That's not the first time in the past few days that the Blaze went out. Vice President Xu.
I think another sort of seductive question is Chick-fil-A. I would venture to guess, I don't know if this is accurate, that Chick-fil-A, other than the Met, is the most popular of the other dining options. Mostly because every time I go down there, there is like a 20-person long line, but that's not the point. And I'm curious to know why there's not more options. Is there like a policy? Is it a space issue? Because I hear all the time that people want more options, and I've never figured out why there aren't any more. Because I know like the deluxe is now saying so like maybe like grilled, or I know they have salads that are good for vegan, vegetarian.
Senator Mosley.
Working there firsthand, I can tell you that it is a very small Chick-fil-A, and it's really hard to get stuff in. And as well, I think it might be a
Senator Abidella.
it's definitely a contract issue. It's like they have to pass a lot of stuff like this, like their head up stuff at Chick-fil-A to get new products. Like we're one of the few that actually have like a milkshake. Like that's a privilege. And a lot of it, like we have that.
Senator Sweetland.
All I was going to say was it's not an actual Chick-fil-A. I know they don't have.
Senator Johnson.
Yeah, she's probably spoke about this before, and because people ask all the stuff that they want, and it's has to do with contract, also space. Chick-fil-A is really strict on franchising because of the Pigeon Express. They only allow so much, so that's a great.
Senator McDaniel.
That's what we need to figure out as SGA is if she does come next week, what key things we do need to talk about, because she has come several times. We have talked about Sodexo several times. People are still going to complain about it forever, however long we're going to be here. People are going to complain that Chick-fil-A doesn't have this. People are going to complain something like this, and she's just going to repeat herself again and again and again. So if she's going to come, we need to come with like big things that y'all either like the constituents are saying and stuff that we can actually maybe put into effect. And that she's not going to come up here and say, well, it's in our contract, we have this, 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 this. Oh, we've talked about this, and we're just getting nothing accomplished. So next week, if she does come, I think we need to think of something as a whole, or we can just like drill on and say, this needs to be done. We need help here, so on and so forth.
There you go.
I do feel like we should like come to like a crazy question of like what the options have, have like a list, spread that around, like even flyers, post it and have like a sign, like these are our options, and also raise a question to like, is there any other possibility of like over, right? For that.
Fresh out.
And then I think, tying off what we all said, I think it would be a good idea. Maybe they're just not advertising well what the vegetarian options are, and maybe they're like twice a week, when in reality, there should be at minimum a vegetarian gluten-free option every day of the week for the so it's not so there's like there's always like one like vegetarian. There's not
Experimenting.
Maybe we come up with an idea to ask her, show the team of people to come up with basically like a lunch menu. And you know that little big like sign thing that's in front of the med every day, or for like that week or for that month on the day, say for breakfast, this is going to be your gluten-free, your vegetarian, your vegan options for dinner, for lunch, whatever. And maybe ask her like either weekly or for the month. I think that's the general idea that's going to actually help people with the plan for the week, the day.
Vice President C.
Another thing I can hear about today, so is the issue with the library coffee shop, and I just kind of wanted to throw this out there, is that it's no longer a coffee shop. It will be, once it's clean and prepped, the food pantry. So that's sort of an issue that's been put to rest. That space will be used in a positive way for the campus. But I do hear sometimes, and maybe like if you hear from your friends, oh, the library coffee shop, it's not that anymore. And you can sort of reassure people that that space isn't being wasted and that we shouldn't bring it back up to Sodexo because they've already handled that area.
When I went to the space committee on y'all's behalf, like was asked last semester, they declined the option to use that space. And so that's why it was granted to us as the food pantry. So they weren't able to do what they wanted to with it, so it's gonna lay dormant, he said. So that's why we picked up that spot. Senator Tucker.
Just to add everything on the Met does post everything like what the options, but I don't think they highlight this is the vegetarian option. The options like what you were saying, maybe to like highlight things that are because they already have like they do put it out every day. Like, or having technically on campus, they don't want to like having always like have that, but maybe they should have it.
Senator, how you doing?
And it's like I've said multiple times, like there's one outside, and for like the first line, there's like things that they're having. On the pizza, they have like pizza they're having. On the burgers, sometimes they have like Philly cheesesteaks, all that stuff. They have, sometimes that's just
Senator Daniel.
like
Vice President C.
It sounds to me like they do post what they have available. And if they're advertising what's there, but they're not advertising those sort of special dietary options, as I feel they should be, because if you go to any restaurant or any fast food place, their menu has like a symbol that tells you what those options are for the person who needs to know those kinds of things. So that, in my mind, is insinuating to me that they don't have those options. And that they're not putting them out as frequently as they should. And that might be the question that we should ask if we decide that Tammy needs to be here for another conversation.
Senator Johnson.
Yeah, point of order, they do have samples, or the last time on, as they have be by this year.
For future reference, that would be a point of information, point of orders for Robert's rules, but just so we're doing things correctly. Secretary McDaniel.
So again, we've just answered all of our questions. So I have to figure out more. I just don't want her to fill out.
the contract. Sorry, yeah.
Senator Fresh.
Okay. Be more vegetarian options. I mean, I'm all for it, but I guess we are answering some of our questions, but
Parliamentarian.
I think for me more specifically, it's like Chick-fil-A, because like Jacob and I share an office. Whenever I go down to like get food or something, Chick-fil-A, I can only offer to get him French fries because he's vegan. So just like things like that, I'm sure it's not the only instance where students don't have access, to food that they can eat at the place that they want to eat at. And if it is a contract thing, then I don't know, but I don't think that there's any harm in asking what we could expand on at the Chick-fil-A within the parameters.
I think we're limiting discussion to just what we have currently. And also, this is stuff that would be beneficial to know for new buildings, new spaces, what we have rights for, what we want. So she's aware of that when, we're deciding what's going to go, what food is going to go in the new business building or whatever is up next. Amy will need to know what our opinion is. That's why we have people like Andreas or Senator Armadillo on the dining committee. And so these are the things that we would like for her to know. So, Senator Fresh.
on that note too, I know quite a few I work and live on vegan, like gluten free, and it's not like she chooses the gluten she has in college. She has to fight like for to not get something. I can almost eat and I'm thinking about like or something. And so that does bring up a valid point. A lot of students do live on campus. We have to have it, and there is a population that doesn't have enough free options. Just on those full fact that they have to have it. And what are they getting out of it if it's really not enough options?
I do feel like that's a good point, especially for like the fact that if you'll have to, then you should bring it up. And there'd be more of a compromise for that channeling piece, so that they don't have to put that out there that are not. Because some people are probably having are gluten free and know that. Yeah. But they're waiting.
Any other comments? At this point, since there's no other discussion, we'll vote to approve to invite Tammy to the meeting next week to discuss what we talked about today. So all in favor of inviting Tammy Hill to the meeting next week, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Any other new business? Advisor comments?
I do have comments on this. Okay, after that.
Any announcements? So just pay attention to upcoming events and see that way we're prepared for those. Abby does a good job of keeping everything listed on there. Secretary McDaniel.
Oh, wait, second. Probably as soon as Abby's done with the minutes, throughout the weekend or the rest of this week or whatever, I'm going to take a look at the minutes and I'll prepare a document of important points that we talked about today, and I'll put it on Canvas if y'all want to review it and think about things so that when we get here, we're prepared and we're not wasting your time or Ms. Hill's time. So keep a lookout on Canvas for a document that outlines important points for next week.
Would you dispense second roll call?
Due to my computer, can I, like off the name tag, because I don't have my computer set up. Okay.
Just check.
All right, we're going to do this a really old-fashioned way. Okay, President Templeman.
Here.
Vice President Seeley.
Here.
Treasurer McLeod.
Here.
Parliamentarian Higgins.
Here.
Senator Jawad.
Here.
Senator Agudello.
Here.
Senator Copeland.
Here.
Senator Seeley. Senator Strong. Senator Freshour. Okay, here we go. Senator Hart. Senator Washburn. Senator Williams. Senator Dukes. Senator John.
Here.
Senator Method.
Here.
Senator Fruit.
Here.
Senator Daniel. Senator Robertson. Senator Meek. Senator Romero. Senator Camarillo. Senator Sweetland.
Here.
Remind me of the last name. Senator Garrison. Senator Mosley. Senator Tucker. Senator Mosley. Senator Jackson.
Here.
Senator Johnson. Senator Mazzock. Senator Morrison.
Here.
Bingo.
Like the, Senator Sweetland. Been motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? We are adjourned.